Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video. This BMW, I wanted to get straight on with this car because it doesn't actually need a great deal. The bumper needs repairing, if we remember in the last video, but I think that is a case of just undo it, realign it and do it back up. The whole car is in lovely condition apart from these few little marks in it, but I'm going to do my best to get rid of as much of that as I possibly can. Probably not in this video, but maybe if we get time. So we have a serious electrical fault with this car. You know that I drove it, I took it to the car wash after clearing all the codes, and it just all of a sudden just completely cut on me. It was still running, but there was just no power, no acceleration, no nothing. Quite a lot of you reached out to me in the comments, it actually saying, Rob, try this, try that, etc, etc. Now, we got quite a good relationship with the guys down at Bridgend Recycling, and guys, I live in the real world and I appreciate not everybody can do this. So what I've actually done is spoken to them down there, and he's actually going to lend me some bits for the car. I mean, normally a lot of people would have to cut their losses on a job like this because they wouldn't want to keep spending money after money after money trying to find the problem. Fortunately, I have had a chat with them down there and they are going to lend me some bits. So me and Chris are going to head down to Bridgend Recycling. We got to go down there anyway. We're going to the auction and we're actually going to borrow an ECU kit for it, just temporary, to see if that solves the issue. And we've bought a good battery for it. So we need to go down there and pick that up because we know brand new, they cost a fortune. So I'll head off there now, go and get that sorted, and we'll pick up when I get back. And I'm back, guys. Proper battery, the proper battery for the car, ECU, cash unit, and the key. Now, he did say to me, I haven't given him the numbers off of mine. He said, Rob, these numbers may not match up, but they will run it and they will tell you whether your issue's gone, but you may have a couple of warning lights on. And once we know whether it is the ECU or the cash unit, he said what we'll do then is match the numbers up and get you the correct one for the car. Now that will be quite interesting if we do have to replace this, because it's quite a lot of stuff's going to be different, including the mileage. So this will have its own mileage and this car's got its own mileage. So not something did we have to do it on the Volkswagen Crafter? We had to get the mileage fixed because it wouldn't display for a long time, but we would have to get someone out to do some sort of correction because this is quite high mileage, 150 odd thousand, and if these are not as high, obviously we're going to have to get that bought up as well. But he told me straight away where it was. He did say that these ECUs, and quite a lot of you confirm this in the comments, suffer with getting wet. And I can actually see now. So he said, take that black cover off. And underneath in here, we got the ECU. So we'll get that stripped out and get that removed. But before we do, let's get that battery swapped out. Obviously, we're not going to have this connected up while we change all that over. We'll leave this and connect it right at the last minute. Let's get on. That's a new battery fitted, guys, and it is actually a lot bigger than the one that come out. I don't know whether to plug it in and do another scan and see. I mean, I don't think the battery, it wouldn't have just been the battery. It was fully charged when the lady started having problems with it, but quite a lot of you said that water can get in here, but to me it looks like a sealed unit, and it looks like it's sealed quite well as well. I mean, guys, I may be wrong. Quite a lot of you have said that these can go wrong. And of course, at BMW, he said it's quite common for them to change the ECU, the CAS and the key. So what we do is just work out how to, there's a little lock there. We'll work out how to get that out, get that ECU removed. But I'd love to have a look. Hopefully we'll all have a look inside this box, and fingers crossed it's got no water in it, because that's going to be the cause if there is water in there, that's going to be the problem. Guys, that was a nightmare to get that cover off. I've not taken one off before, so I had a little lock this side, and a couple of clips. But looking inside there, there's no water in there. That's definitely not got wet. Let's quickly work out. I'll pull this ECU out, and then what we'll do is have a proper look at it. But you can tell just by looking in the box. I'll tell you what I've just noticed on there, guys. It's actually got writing on it. It's already had a second-hand ECU put in it. Let's get it out and I'll show you. BMW 2 litre 2010. Now BMW don't write that on there, guys, do they? So somebody has swapped that out already. Have they swapped that out without that cash unit? I just don't know. I'm going to see if I can match these numbers up just to see if they are similar or the same. So R1 is 8510, so 8512. Ours is 592, that's 499. These numbers here at the top, 28016, that's 017. So yeah, they're completely different anyway. Different part numbers, but why has, I ain't even pointing the camera on it, am I? Why has that been changed already? I don't know how deep we're going to be getting into this one, but it's clearly not as straightforward as we first thought it was going to be, with somebody already swapping that out. I'm going to put that new ECU in here and change the cash unit under the steering column, and we're going to take this for a run and see if it's made any difference to it at all. But sorry guys, the other bit I was going to mention, there was a bolt in here holding the scuttle. There was like one in there, one there. There's quite a few bolts missing. This was unclipped. This has been got at before. Someone's had a go at it, but I mean, that is going to rule out a big part of it. Let's get that swapped out. Guys, I've just swapped out that cash unit, and you can probably just about see it there with the little white sticker on it. It was just 2 plugs, and I had to remove this bit here under the column. Chris, if I'll get you to hold that. So I've changed the battery, the cash unit, the ECU, and I'm just going to fire it up. So this is the key that comes with that ECU kit. I also noticed, I mentioned to you, Chris, someone has put a throttle pedal in this as well, so we are thinking
it's been got at, hasn't it?
Proper, yeah. Someone's been trying to solve the problem. It's not misfiring like it was when I bought it in. Right, we've got traction control, but Tyler did say to me, let's turn that off. Yeah, so that's staying on, isn't it? Flat tyre. Tyler did say to me, it's going to have a lot of different faults. Also, look at the mileage.
It's lost a few, hasn't it?
It's lost. Yeah, do you see it miss then? It's still missed.
There it goes.
Yeah, it's missing. So I don't even think that's going to be our problem. So 109,000, but that's got to be, if this works, that's got to be corrected back to 150. I'll probably give the code to clear and actually take this for another drive, but I'm not going to button everything up, because if it doesn't solve it, we might as well stick with our original stuff. It's the same fault, isn't it? Let's plug it in and see what it comes up with. I've just plugged it back in, guys, done a health report, and yeah, it don't look too good, to be honest. It's got a lot of faults. And the one thing is, I would say also, because that ECU has been swapped out already, we have just discussed it. We can't guarantee, mate, can we, that they number match that ECU that they put in this car, so
or anything else.
Or anything else. So this could be just a vicious circle. Output, wake up line, CAS fault, road speed signal. Do you know what? I've said that I'm going to do it, Chris, so I am anyway. Because I've put that ECU in,
clear everything.
I'm going to clear everything.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to take this car for a drive, but I'm not going to go far this time, because that wasn't nice last time. Conking out right on a roundabout. See, they've gone straight away.
Yeah.
We have got...
But we don't know, do we, if someone has actually cured the original fault
and created a new one.
And swapping something that didn't need swapping.
Yeah. But they all seem to have gone. Do you think clear fault code's complete? Do you think it's worth running this up the road?
Well,
ABS come back.
That's not going to affect the engine.
It's
running,
not,
is it?
no. Let's have a quick look at what it is though while we're here. DSC control unit, incorrect vehicle
So
identification
that
number.
has to be changed.
That has to be, obviously.
With the ECU,
yeah.
probably, or coded.
Right, I'm going to take it out for a drive, guys. We have still got a couple of warning lights up here. So the handbrake light, when it's on, is red. That was me pulling it up. It's staying on amber. And the stop-start light's on as well. DPF light has come on. I mean, this is the wrong ECU. And he did tell me to expect that, but he said go out and drive it and see if it does blaze up like it did before. But then, like the first time I took it, it behaved like this. It was okay. Thing is, there is a fine line, because I'd like to use the car and see if the problem comes back, but I also don't want to break down on a main road in it. Let's do a bit of a... There's a country lane here, hopefully it's not too bumpy. Let's push it a bit hard. Yeah, every time it goes to boost, that DPF light's coming on. I'm not sure, you know, 60 mile an hour, third gear, it seems to be going alright. Sorry guys, I appreciate it's probably really bumpy. Oh, you nearly went, and you're back. Yeah, it doesn't sound right. Probably going to be too noisy with that window open. Just drop it down. Yeah, it's definitely holding back. And it wasn't doing that with the original ECU in there. What did I do at the car wash that was different? I turned it off for a little while. So let's put over. Actually turn it off. It's not good, is it? Let's hold that tripod. DPF light again. It's not DPF, is that half engine management light we got there? Now the fuel light. It's like a Christmas tree here. Just sitting here weighing up, you know, what the situation is with it, guys, and I'm going to be completely honest. It's actually, I'd go as far as to say it's worse now, because with the other kit in there, it was driving okay until it wasn't, if that makes sense. So it didn't have all those warning lights on, nothing was coming back, but it was, sorry, it looked like the belt was missing there. It was running okay, and then obviously it lost all of its power and wouldn't rev up, and then as soon as I stopped it, started it back up, it was fine again. So there's definitely something serious, I think, wrong with this, but it is definitely not ECU related, unless whoever's put that ECU in there has put the wrong one in. So when I took out our original CAS, this has never been out of the car. The bolt was really tight. There's no scratches or marks on there. The bolt, you could tell, it had just never been undone. So I don't believe that's been changed. I believe they've just changed the ECU. And do we know, have they put the correct part number ECU in there? It's something that we're never going to know. So I'm just going to swap round everything back to the original stuff that I took out of this car. Too much, guys, but it should now start back up on its original key. On the button. You notice all those lights have gone out as well, and the mileage is back to where it should be. I'm just going to get all this buttoned up. That is that BMW back to exactly how we started on it first thing this morning. So Chris's dear old dad used to come in here and saying to us when we was quite often working on the cars, didn't he? Lads, you got to know when to hold and when to fold. And Chris said, this is a fold, you know. For those of you that did miss that, the first video, I actually got this car underwritten by Tyler at Caterham BMW. 750, wasn't it? Yeah. 750 quid. He said he'd give to us for it worst way. So we paid 500 for it, and I went and picked it up from Essex. And I couldn't sell this car to somebody. It's not, you know, you might get to the end of the road and it cuts out. You might drive it around for a week and it cuts out. It's been so got at. The ECU's got completely different writing on it. And I also noticed, hopefully you guys did as well, because I've put it back in now, I can't show it again, but it actually said 120, and this car's a 118. So there's a good chance that is the wrong ECU. The other kit that I borrowed from Bridgend, Tyler, I'll be returning that when I actually return this car. I'm going to take this car down there and let him buy it. It is such a shame. But you can see on the throttle pedal, it's got writing on it, it's been changed. Across the scuttle panel, there was loads of nuts and bolts missing and things weren't put back where they should be. And you are just opening up a big, big headache. It might be something simple in this car, but we're not going to take any chances purely due to the fact that that ECU's been swapped out, and we can't part match that ECU not knowing what the ad written on the original one. Also in the boot, there's quite a lot of things like a crankshaft sensor, airflow meter, camshaft sensor, and the lady actually had all of that changed on this car as well, and it didn't resolve the issue. So it is just, sometimes they're just unsavable, guys. So if you do want any bits off of this one, it is going to be down at Bridgend Recycling, and they will be stripping it for parts. So a fail. Absolutely, definitely, 100% a fail, this one. But we're still going to earn a couple of £100 out of it. And it sounds like in the background, Chris is trying to spend that at Copart. So, guys, if you did enjoy this video, we're winning.
We are winning one at the moment.
Lovely, we're winning one at the moment. So something to look forward to. If you did enjoy this video, please do hit that thumbs up. It really does mean a lot to us, and it spurs us to continue on. Like, subscribe, share on all your social networking sites, and we'll see you very, very soon in the next one.